श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम्। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम्। नवकंजलोचन कंजमुखकर कंजपदकंजारुणम्। कंदर्पगणित अमित छवि नव नीलनीरज सुंदरम्। पटपीतमानौ तडितरुचिशुचि नौमि जनकसुतावरम्। श्रीराम श्रीराम राम राम सिया राम। श्रीराम श्रीराम राम राम सिया राम। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम्। श्री रामचंद्र कृपालु भज मन हरण भव भय दारुणम्। नवकंजलोचन कंजमुखकर कंजपदकंजारुणम्। कंदर्पगणित अमित छवि नव नीलनीरज सुंदरम्। पटपीतमानौ तडितरुचिशुचि नौमि जनकसुतावरम्। श्रीराम श्रीराम राम राम सिया राम। श्रीराम श्रीराम राम राम सिया राम।
Okay, I'm audible now? Yes. Where should we start? Yes.
I've seen on YouTube some people say that I'm somewhat drawn to Kali, and they say there are certain forms that you should not have in your home, with the skulls and all, and the mantras also. Not everybody who is not initiated by Tantra Guru should not do. And I don't know. I have a guru. It's you, so I just wanted to ask you whether it's okay to, if I just feel drawn to an image, put it or chant any mantra. And
There are some very strong expressions of God which at some level embody that which we may call Shiva, we may call Kali, sometimes we may call Krishna sometimes. So that which is the dazzling darkness. But in their outer expression, there are no holds barred. Let's call it that way. When Kali is always represented, she takes no prisoners, right? To say the least. So, if that is the bhava you want to inculcate, if that is the bhava you want to inculcate, which means that uh, it's not going to be a necessarily a very comforting ride. It may be if you're like extremely open and you just have that in your heart to just surrender everything to her, then smooth, no problem. See? But if we take some time with our conditions and yet we invite the one who chops our head off to our house, then if you can deal with that seeming contradiction, that we want to go a step by step, go with understanding, go with all of those things, and yet invite somebody who doesn't care about any of this stuff like that. So maybe just give it a few more days and see whether really you want to uh, do that. If from your heart it's coming like that, then who am I to get in the way of that? I cannot. I will only bless that. But I just want you to be certain in your heart
And to say more, before also I've told you, I'm just drawn to that intensity kind of thing.
Yeah.
I've told you that Kurt Cobain quote, better to burn out than fade away.
Yes.
These sort of things, no? And I just saw that video and I thought maybe it's for my temperament. And I've noticed before things go crazy. Like when things get intense, I go crazy. And I'm like, no more of this. But once I recover a bit, I want more of it. Those are the moments when I feel most alive. Though it's very difficult and I can't handle it, but I want it after it's over. But this might be just experience chasing, or I don't know what it is exactly, but
Yeah. So when we don't know really, then best to allow the Atma to dictate terms. Because already in your report you say it's very difficult, I can't handle it, but it's when I look back at it, then that seemed like the strongest. So either, like you said, I'm not concluding, I'm just saying that these are the possible options. When you're truly, like, your heart connection is with her as an expression. Second is that you want something because you're tired of just going at this. You want something strong, even if it's difficult. It's like that, in a way, that frustration's been there, no? That should I even seek? Should I even? You see? So maybe that is causing that I want to feel something at least. If not, that could be. Or it could just be something which your mind has picked up and said, that sounds very cool, very exciting. My son used to hopefully jokingly say, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Now, when he was in the hospital, almost running, seemingly could have run out of time, he was not saying that. So we have to be a little careful with all of these things, what we conclude. No? Like, what was the Kurt Cobain quote?
it's better to burn out than to fade away. I was in a suicide note.
Okay, so that may not be the thing to emulate. But I'm with you. We'll walk through this together. We'll see. We should not rush into this one.
I was just sharing something. I like when you get where. I guess it's normal that there are days when one is very deeply with the presence, and then there are days that somehow one are some steps removed, and
Just say that last part again. There
one
are some
finds
days.
one
Yes.
some steps
Distant.
distant,
Acha.
and I noticed one thing that on the days when I am tuned in, I can sit the whole day doing nothing and it doesn't feel like nothing. It feels like the most amazing day I've had, like so blessed. And if any call or anything comes, it seems to find a solution in the easiest way because I'm so, I'm so, like, I don't know how, but the
Yes.
work gets done in half an hour and the day is this wonderful event, really.
Yes.
And then the day that it's little, I mean, when I'm far, I feel the first emotion that I've noticed that I pick up on even before I realize that I'm not quite there that day is a sense of what am I going to do today?
Yes.
Like, and like I must do something. And
And do in the sense of not pray or inquire.
no, like
Get
up
something
to
done.
something. I mean,
In
like,
the world.
yeah.
Yes. I know this.
And now I've become very careful because on those days, like previously, I like start a new venture or lay the foundation of something like super exciting, and then I find that then because on this path, very soon it seems like, oh my God, what is that? I started like, for heaven's sakes, and then I felt to myself, I'll join a book club or something, and then I'll say, I really don't want to go to that. So I'm like finding that on those days, what would be the right way to deal with these kind of feelings? Because if you go out and you start putting out all these steps to get going,
Yeah.
you can't just leave them half, because all of them involve someone else.
So don't involve anyone else for now.
Yeah.
That, sorry, it just came like that to say, because I can relate to this.
Yeah.
I can relate to this because I was going to say that the path is not just narrow; it's also a roller coaster. So you have these days which we feel so much in God's love and light, you see? And there are these days when we feel so distant from that. So we have to ride out that roller coaster. Now, you have to check if this correlation is true. You see, because sometimes mind also makes false correlation, that the correlation is true, that only when I'm distant from him do I get into this wanting to do and wanting to this thing. That may not be true. Sometimes he provides the energy for us to
Yeah.
exert something in this world and make it unfold, and I feel like this life as a householder life is very representative of that, because I had two young children and wife and all of these things to manage in my life, and by his grace he always provided the right amount of energy needed, the right inspiration. You see? And with that inspiration and energy, something in this Maya thing got played out, and the family responsibility so far, by God's grace, we've not had to struggle on that front. So be vigilant towards whether it is from God's inspiration, God's light, because He is the one who provides the life force for us to even move. Now, in my case, and that may not be the same as your case, but in my case, that comes in spurts. You see, that comes in spurts. But we must not look at the spurts as bad thing. We can look at them symphonically. Like sometimes that silence is needed, sometimes something is growing, and then you see. So, but if the mind takes on that idea and said, चलो कुछ करते हैं, that let's do something out of this, then we start to then, okay, who else, what, like that, then it becomes, you see. So allow the very one who gave the inspiration, who gave the initial energy also to move that. You see? So the other day, like I've been working on some things, and the other day it just came when I was talking to one, that do you want to work on this together? You see, I had no plan of doing that, but just I knew it was coming from the right place, so I just went ahead with that. So unless you're sure that it's coming from there, then you must not involve others, because then if our energy goes away,
Yeah.
in my case also, I'm just talking so much about my, so I should keep quiet soon. But uh, Amrinder, who I knew because he worked with my father's company, something. So he was looking for a job. So then I had something available because all this work was happening. But I told him that my main thing in life is spirituality. I may just go to Tiruvannamalai and not come back tomorrow. So don't count on this the fact that I'm involving you, but know that it could be something that you may have to do by yourself if you want to, or we can just leave it. So if you're looking for something which is that unpredictable and you won't feel like it's a betrayal, then please look at this. Because by then I'd seen my flow, how it happened. And in spite of that, we worked on that together for 8 years.
Yeah.
But it was, I feel, by God's grace, it was fair to tell him in advance that this could be how it moves. So just slowly, heartfelt. You see? Then what happens is you notice that one move from the heart can be we say no, 100 सुनार की एक लोहार की.
Yeah.
So it is 100 hammer blows of a goldsmith. Then one hammer blow of an ironsmith is more than those 100 blows of the goldsmith. So the mind just plans and tactics and strategies, all of that. The heart comes in one shot, it can do all of that. So we must not also blame ourselves if no energy is coming and we were so excited about something
Yeah.
a few days back. Then we just have to patiently wait and be with God and see if He provides more of that.
Yeah.
So we have to offer that whole thing to God Himself. And I have to say that 51 years almost, He has always taken care. In this life, He's always taken care. He's always. There have been some scary moments which shook my faith, but I returned to that faith and He took care. So, two things. Don't always presume that if the work energy is coming, it must be coming from distance from God. It could be, but I'm saying that let's not just presume that. It could be from the higher place as well. And secondly, that every step we take then must be from that, because the mind would like to do a takeover job of that idea and make its own way out of it. And we must not let that happen. You see? The beauty of coming to Atma Darshan, coming to Atma Gyan, you see, or even to be on the path, is that it provides worldly as well as inwardly inspiration. We are not lost in the world if you are with the Atma. The Spirit also guides us outwardly and inwardly. See? When we feel that, oh, now it's time for me to take over, that is when the trouble starts. And that temptation is there. That temptation comes from the mind. Okay, now what? Now everybody will ask you, but you did that, you started that, what's happening with that? You see, all this pressure comes, and we must not take that on. See, God only started it, God only will move it forward. I'm just the instrument. And that's sometimes scary, because we don't want to look like, in the world's eyes, this is escapism and foolishness.
Yeah.
So we don't want to look like we're doing that. And somewhere our own mind pushes us and says, see, now you're just being an escapist, or things like this. And on the other hand, it also oppresses us by saying, see, you're leaving God and doing all this. It only causes the duality, no? And that duality causes all the suffering. So we must, if God is with us, then we have nothing to worry. How He uses this instrument in the outer world, in its inner life, it all belongs to Him alone.
Thank you.
It's helpful like that. Otherwise, it can be very confusing.
So it is a roller coaster.
It is. No sage has said that my journey to God was so linear. Started and just easy. Calm. God gave some nice pointers that day in terms of what the guise or the disguise of spiritual Maya looks like. No?
What was that?
One example of that came as even Ravan dressed up as a sadhu, as a sage, to kidnap Ma Sita. So, but that's, I feel, a very worth diving into that whole story. You see? Because there are many opportunities to be spiritual in the world. You see? But when the attachment is to the world, then it's not really spirituality. So the test is, does this really have to do with spirit? If it doesn't have to do with spirit, how is it spirituality? So then if you really look, you will find that how much talk of spirituality is there in the world and how much real spirituality is in the world. Those two things may be very different, isn't it?
When you notice that attachment, then what should you do? I mean, I know we've really.
When you notice the attachment, I'm just repeating, then what should we do? We should offer it to God, surrender it to God, say that I notice that Maya is tempting me with this attachment. Please heal me from this, take this from me. Please take care of this, God. Or we inquire into who wants that. Is there such a one? There are these, sorry, this may be a bit of a digression, but there are these potent questions, real questions, but outside the scope of the mind intellect's capacity. Those questions are really valuable. Now, some questions like this, who am I? Why am I here? These kind of questions are naturally potent, that anybody can ask them. But I love the way the Zen masters did it. They provided questions which became potent because they came from the master. Otherwise, who wants to know the sound of one hand clapping? Anybody wants to know about that? Anybody really said, why did Bodhidharma go to the east? Anybody wants to know that answer? No. But once your teacher gives it to you, then he provides the potency. So he says, you must solve this problem. How will the goose escape the vase? Who cares? You see? But once it comes from the master, then you feel like, you see, now you will be free once you answer this question. And that's all you're meant to focus on. And if you have trust in the master, if you're devoted to the master, then he provides the potency to these questions. You see? And then we dwell on them and we find the answer, but we don't find the answer in the mind intellect. So the mind resists with all kinds of things. We've done this. All kinds of things. Though there is no answer, there is no goose, there is no vase, nothing has ever happened. All the answers will come. And the teacher just kept saying, not finding the right answer. So, very important. These questions can be very helpful. But there are some natural questions also, like what is love? What is goodness? What is kindness? All these kind of questions come, we take us right to the source of the matter. Or we just remember God, take the name of God with as much of ourselves on offer as possible in that moment. So the medicine is there. Which one are we taking? That's the question.
Medicine thing.
Yeah.
I was suddenly thinking that, I think the reason when you to delay taking the medicine, honestly, is that you're not really feeling so ill. It's only when you're really tired, really searching, really wanting, and it's beyond any conversation or debate
Yeah.
that the medicine gets taken.
Yes. How come? That's worth exploring. No?
Yeah.
Like, if we have a small cut on our finger, we'll put the band-aid. See? But this medicine of God, or God's name, or turning to God, Atma, why does it have to become, why does Maya have to become so searingly hot for us to turn towards God? See? So that's worth exploring. That it must be both a push and pull. Like if I turn inwards, then what am I letting go of? You see? If it was no risk, like putting a band-aid, then no problem. We would take it. You see? So what do we feel like we would be giving up? And this is very primal. It's very primal. Like some of you saw Aslan. He doesn't give up things in his mouth that easily, even though somewhere he must be knowing that if we are telling him, we must have his best interest in heart. You see? But he doesn't give it up that easily. We don't give up this world that easily. We want to make it in this world, even if spirituality is the way to do it. We don't turn away from it and towards God that easily. That's why the spiritual disguises work better. Come be spiritual, you will become very productive. Become spiritual so that you will not have stress, so you can just work all that you want. Make all the money, get the perfect relationship, have a healthy body, all of these things. You see? What does any of that have to do with spirit? Nothing. Yeah. So, we said the other day, the automobile engineer is only doing food reviews. Then how is he an automobile engineer? You see? If in the guise of spirituality we are only getting stuck in Maya more and more, or taking up offers to grow in Maya more and more, not guided by spirit, not led by God, then how is that spirituality?
Father, it's always. Is it working?
Yeah. It's still fine.
Always in my mind, yes, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
The whatever the it's
Field, whatever the field is, you
whatever
want
the
to know.
best spiritual, best person, most beautiful, most everything. What is this? And I know everything better than everyone else. This always here, and judging everything.
So that is the mind, that is the one that offers us pride.
Always,
It is not the spirit, it is not the Atma that offers
not
us
at all.
pride. So once you see that, what do you feel like if you feel the courage to expose, what do you feel you are the best at? Like the most best at, bestest at.
Actually, when you ask like this, nothing. I
Nothing
don't
comes
know.
like that.
I'm not good at particularly anything, but the mind always proposes like
Yes. Do you feel that? I've asked all of them,
most
and you've heard me ask.
humility, most
Most
everything,
humility.
everything.
So sweet.
Also,
Are
the
you the
opposite.
yeah,
Also, most
opposite.
prideful. It says
Most.
also everything.
It says
Most
that also. Yeah.
is.
Do you feel like you're more humble than 50% of this room?
It's no way to know this.
Huh? What do you feel?
I don't feel anything. I'm ashamed now.
No, don't. It's very good. It's very.
Not possible.
We're just talking about things that the mind offers us.
Yes.
Don't worry. All of us feel somewhere we are better than everyone else. No? All of us feel like everyone is the main protagonist of their story.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, if they did not feel like they are the best, then why would they waste their whole story on this one? See? If there was a better one in their lives, they would make the story about them. No? So, the path of devotion is that path where we find that God is here and in every way He is better than us. So, then He becomes the main protagonist of our story. And then, because we are praying, because we are inquiring, we have the insight that His magnificence is so much,
Beyond.
and what we take ourselves to be is not comparable at all.
No.
You see, then our pride starts to get washed away. You see, now, if somebody was really proud, they would not be able to make that report, which you made. Okay, now don't become proud about that. But really, it is not possible. If somebody is really proud, they're just sitting happy in their pride. They're not feeling at all that something is wrong. Yeah? So when humility is coming into our heart, we start to notice our pride more and more. This is I'm very happy that you're noticing that. That means that we start to notice. So, and the job of prayer is to humble us also. It is to bless our heart. It is to guide us. It is to make us free from fear. But it also leaves us humble. We were saying in Satsang the other day that nobody comes out of a true prayer feeling like they are the king of the world. See? They hopefully go into prayer, but definitely come out of prayer also with head bowed down. See? Because if even one moment of prayer was genuine, then we see His magnificence, or we get a taste in our heart of His magnificence, and then that leaves no room for us to feel like we are something special.
And is this moment to moment, Father?
Yes.
Because one moment mind can come
Yeah.
and then I can surrender. Is it like always moment to moment?
It's always moment to moment.
Okay.
It's always this whole game of Maya and Atma, this whole game of mind and Atma is played moment to moment. So, mind of a heart loves. So just turn to the heart love moment to moment. Then sometimes when we first came into spirituality, at least in my case, I first noticed how noisy my mind is when I first came into spirituality. I didn't realize it before that. You see? So what happened? Did my mind suddenly become noisy because I came into spirituality? No. It felt like that. You see? But it was just that we are noticing it more. Now what is happening is because you're falling in love with God, you're noticing all these things which will be thrown out. You see? They'll all be thrown out. So you're noticing all of these things. The best way to look at them is that they are leaving. They are not
But
coming.
they are living some years. They didn't leave.
Yes,
They're
yes.
still living.
How many years did they take to come?
Yeah.
So, and we don't know, maybe lifetimes.
Yeah.
You see, maybe lifetimes. So sometimes it takes years, and that it takes years. That's what I was trying to tell Shiv also. That sometimes it's also His mercy that it takes years, because we are not strong enough for it to go like that. You see, if it all came up in front of us to be ejected out in one shot, you see, the mind could itself. It's not that the mind has lost its intention to keep us trapped. So when all of this comes at one shot, then the mind will say that, what's happening to you? This is too much. I can't take it anymore. Stop this spiritual business. You see? So sometimes it's also mercy that it leaves us slowly over years. Because could we take it if it was leaving all like, my pride is here, my grasping is here, my selfishness is here, everything is here. If it all came at one shot, could we even deal with that? So in His utmost kindness and mercy, He also allows us to deepen into it in a beautiful, slow cooking sometimes. So we must not to recognize that we are slow learners is also in some way to recognize His mercy on us. Okay? It can seem contradictory. It can seem contradictory that, oh, but I learn so slowly on some big enlightenment experience or something like that, where everything is taken away. Then, you see. But we know many cases when an awakening experience happens and the mind just takes it on and makes us feel completely crazy. We don't want that. So we must trust His grace to decide what is the pace that we can actually manage. He is not going to let you suffer for one moment more than what is needed for you to grow. You see? It's like any parent will not say, oh, let that child suffer a little more. It's fun. It's fun. So He loves us much more than that. So we must just trust that whatever He decides is the right pace is happening to us.
Just 1 second.
No problem.
That measurement and Maya in terms of how seductive the process is, Father, I cycle a lot.
Yeah.
Used to cycle a lot early in the morning at around 5 on the outer ring road, and I used to do it sheerly for the joy of A, the early morning, B, exercise, C, just the feeling of the wind in the hair, and just a nice experience to start the morning with. Then a friend of mine told me, hey, there's this beautiful app, Strava.
Yeah.
You download it and it will show you the route and all that.
Yeah.
So that was innocent enough. I was curious, okay, this is how many kilometers. Then after day 3 or 4, it says, oh, you are number 3 on this route.
Yeah.
You're third highest in terms of speed on
Third
this
fastest.
sector.
Yeah.
So then I said, oh, maybe I can pedal fast.
Yeah.
In 2-3 months, I was just obsessed with the stats.
Oh,
I had forgotten the wind on the face, the
Yes.
joy of being on the bike. Deleted the app, and so this measurement is just so seductive, and everything out in the digital world is trying to get you.
See, now the thing is that if nobody was interested in that, you see, then the engagement would not happen on the app if it was not like somewhere in our egoic design to keep track of this whole number one thing, like she's saying, to get to number one, and 3 feels good, no? Because 3 is like a little more and I could get to 1. You see, so then that is, I don't know whether it's actually 3 or the app design says to everyone, you're third on this route. You see? You may be the only user, I don't know if you can see the others, but you won't put it past them to say to everyone, you're third on this route. Because they must have found the right number to say, so that increases the usage the most. Maybe Strava is an ethical company, but that they know that these are the buttons that can be pushed.
And like um, as you say, like in after a deep prayer, it's not possible to not be feeling that. It is probably because the magnificence of the divine you are touched by. That actually is like the loss of the separate self for whatever brief may be, because as long as there is me, that there is that as you say, that the center of anybody's universe is themselves. If you have a self and you have a person, you are a person, you, whatever you may do, you are the center of your universe, right? And so you may
Okay,
decide,
we'll talk more about that, but please.
so you can say that, then so Sonali, now she should be humble. Suppose I
Yes.
say, now you
That's
should be
trouble.
humble. Now
Yeah.
you are not very humble. You think you are so great, so you better now cultivate some quality. So, but this we all try, we fail. I mean, we do everything. We do some, of course. What
It's a
so
very important question. It's very, very good. So, we somehow the sages have always told us about these virtues of humility, devotion, kindness, compassion. And as you rightly said, when we try to do it, it becomes very convoluted. You see? So, the way to do it is to recognize that these are the side effects of God's presence. So, so they're very beautiful in that way, because the mind has a beautiful way of also fooling us to the extent of our prayer, to the extent of our insight. You see? But if we find ourselves being just very rude to people around us, you see, then we start to really notice and to say, am I really living in God's presence? Really, but otherwise, for us, with our limited mind intellect, how do we know that kindness is better? How do we know that truth is better than lies? You see? We don't know. Somehow it seems to be universal, but it's not somehow. It is because that one sitting in our heart decides the main texture of this life anyway. Even if we don't turn to it, even a child will feel guilty. I spoke a lie today in school. So where does that come from? So in the same way, humility grows as a side effect of God's presence. But uh, to notice it, to notice pride in ourselves should then become not a way of living in a guilty way, but a way of offering it to God. We get shown as to what can be offered to God, what can be inquired into. You see, so then that helps. So another way of saying this is that all of this grows in God's strength and not in our strength. If we're trying to do any of this in our strength, it's only going to become strange and convoluted. So that's why I say the godless spirituality doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Like we may say, we just believe in human values as a spiritual movement. You see? And very good intention, I'm not doubting that. You see? But if they sincerely try to grow in human values, they will find that it is by being with God that that growth happens. You see? Otherwise, pride just keeps getting a hold of it. Oh, now I've given my life to human values. Now this is what I'm doing, trying to spread human value. Like that me can keep growing, like you said. You see? So the God-full spirituality is when all of this is offered to God and only He does that. So then our pride does not grow. Now you said that as long as there's a me, it will be the center of the narrative. You see? Now only one beautiful exception to that, which is the life of a bhakta. You see? It is the life of a bhakta. And every jnani is a bhakta. Because there is no jnani who is fully empty of the me. You see? Because that, at least that tiny tanmatra worth of ego still remains. And the only safe refuge for that ego that still remains is at God's feet. And that's why many jnanis, many bhaktas also, but many jnanis get into trouble, because then that little me, which still pesky thing still hangs around, that starts to take the position of godliness. You see? So that the only safe refuge for that one is at God's feet, as the servitude of God, in the servitude of God. These are very, this path, spiritual path is full of landmines. Maya puts obstacles everywhere. Like every route turns back to Maya. You see, the road is narrow, roller coaster, and every attractive route, no, say take this highway, it'll take you faster. Take this. You see, it all turns back to Maya. You see? So we just have to keep our eyes on God so much. You see, so much not to get diverted. Because the slightest turn, I'm not saying that if we take that turn to Maya, which we all do every day, you see, then there's no coming back. There is also coming back. God is merciful, so He sends us inspiration, He sends us remembrance in His heart. Swami, one of the Swamis, maybe Ramsabdaji, said that when it seems like suddenly out of nowhere we remember Him, maybe Bhaiji said, suddenly out of nowhere we remember Him, just look at it like He is remembering you. You see? So your beloved is remembering you, you turn towards Him.
And you never say like you just said that there is a little bit that remains in every yani, and that little bit you take the position of godliness.
Yes.
And
Take the mic.
so, um, so that little bit may take the position of godliness. And so is the antidote to that, did I understand you correctly, is the antidote to that to take the position of the one at God's feet?
Yes.
So you do take a position, but
Yes.
it's the best one to
Yes.
take.
That is the only refuge, the only safe position is to take yourself to be truly the humble beggar servant of God.
It's a little bit like playing the game.
In a way, in a way, in a way. Like even this, like if I can build a movie around the humble beggar servant of God, no? Ta-da! Starring the humble beggar servant of God. You can imagine a movie like that. So it is the, what is the word for bhava? It is the,
Love? What?
it is the sense, it is the feeling in our heart which I'm talking about. You see, if it becomes like too strong a position, then we can feel like, I am just a humble beggar servant of God. I am just, we hardly talk about God, we just like talk about what a humble beggar servant of God we are, then again trouble. Trouble everywhere. That is why it is said the lane is narrow. God, 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 God. See? So, If you stay in God's presence, then this narrow lane seems wide enough. The narrow lane seems wide enough. Okay? Once we start looking at its texture, like we start evaluating it, seems like very narrow. It can happen. Like, okay, so if you were like sharing satsang a few years back, you are that, I am that, I am that, I am just that, which is the birthing place of consciousness itself. That I am. You see? Now, you say it 100 times from your heart. The 101st time the question comes and you just rush to your mind and say, but I am that. You see, you're no longer referring to reality. You've taken it onto yourself, reverting back to the memory of the answer that worked. It can be as simple as that, which makes a groove like a condition which makes me start to believe that I am that.
Then again, I ask you something I
Yeah,
asked
please.
before. How can one with so much light be caught in that?
God, it's look at most scriptural stories, histories. In Indian spirituality, we are full of the greatest sages becoming caught in pride. Huh? Look at most biblical stories, they are about pride. So, do you feel God is trying to tell us something? So, the feeling here is to just keep pointing out this tendency. So, because I have a lot of tendency to go towards pride, so just keep reminding myself firstly, and to try and strike a blow at Maya in this way that maybe maybe it helps someone somewhere.
Have you, because of this, because of observing this more deeply, started to pray more, started to actively pray more than
I don't know
before?
what led to what. I don't know what led to what. It just like the double helix of the DNA. No?
Yeah.
So I don't know which one led to the other one. But as I pray more, I do see that both the capacity for pride here and so the propensity to go towards pride as well as the temptations of pride which I've fallen for so many times in my life. You know the danger? This itself. The danger is this itself. Like I am looking at my pride. I am noticing my pride. The only refuge is God, God, God.
I think I told you this before too, but I've noticed in the moments of communion or recognition is where the highest potential for planting a flag is.
Yeah.
And I
This
have
is
to be
beautiful. Okay, I
very,
wanted to say this for to Sonali also earlier that the moments of insight help to clean up our avidya, our conditions, our grooves, as we've been calling them. So, in the cleaning up of those grooves, mostly the mind will not just sit by as a silent spectator. It will provide a new groove of itself as well. So that is where the trouble can come. Spiritual pride is the most oppressive and yet most attractive form of pride. Like, because what is on offer? Godliness. The ego becoming godlike and being worshipped is the such a tempting form of pride. Every ego's dream, yes. Everybody wants to rule the world. You see, what is the, like, you may have the biggest amount of money in your bank, you may have the healthiest body, the most beautiful relationship, you see, but none of these things get you to be worshipped. At least not in the most obvious way. They do, but not at least not in the most obvious way. But when you are on a spiritual pedestal, then our brothers and sisters want to worship us. See? Now, when the teacher starts to take that personally, then that becomes a life where he becomes a servant of the role that he started to play. You see? So, instead of a servant of God,
There's always salvation for everyone, right? Grace is always available.
always.
So we don't know.
Yes, grace is always available. But if I already take myself to be godly, then do I need to turn to grace? Do I need to turn to God or Spirit in my heart? 'Cause I am that. No?
So how does that one get saved?
Like God sends us inspiration in our heart. We may just wake up one day with feeling love for God. In many ways. I don't know how many times He saved me. How many times He saved me. Really? How did He do it? He finds ways. You see? But the slightest turn is what He wants us to make, because He will not force the turning.
An opening.
Huh?
An opening. Something
Slightest
opening.
opening, yes. A sliver of opening so light can enter. Our pride makes us very closed. Do prideful people, like we know in our family so many prideful people, do they want to hear a lot of feedback? Want to hear anything at all? Don't tell me, I know. Don't tell me, I know better. Do we really? Nobody knows it. Huh? All of us, we are just seeing for ourselves. So what is the lesson in this for us? The lesson in this for us is not to sit and say, the lesson in this is, that's why I felt like somebody gave me a huge treasure when I heard this orthodox sage say, do you want to know if you're prideful? You cannot know because pride is so hidden, you see, so camouflaged. But one way to know by God's grace is to see whether you get angry and irritated. And I heard that, I was like, so obvious, and yet He's shown a light on something which is so hidden. So, to put simply, one of you posted, Meera posted today, saying that don't get fooled by your fasting and prayer. Another orthodox sage said, don't get fooled by your fasting and prayer. See how you treat people. Same thing.
In reference to that quote, like you said, if you're truly praying, then you actually, it's a virtuous circle. But if you become proud about your fasting and praying, then the reverse, that your virtue will not flower so much, no?
No, yes,
Both
true.
ways, no, Father?
In the sense that the mind creates illusions, delusions about our spirituality. You see? So basically, he's saying that you may be falling into pride and delusion about your spirituality.
Yeah.
The indication of that is to see other. Now the tricky part is that the times when I've been full of pride, I've never felt like I've treated people badly.
Say again
The
slowly.
times where I've been full of pride, I never felt I was treating people badly. I felt like I'm doing the right thing.
So this irritation and anger is the key, because you can't know whether you're treating them well, no? Like it's
In a way, but like when I like it could happen now, it could happen with in response to any question in satsang right now, that I may get irritated and have justification for that by saying something. Why is this child understanding? How many times do they have to be told? Something, whatever. It makes me right. And then it feels like, no, that pride rule doesn't apply here because in this case, I know I'm right.
yeah.
It's good for them. That is it's actually good. You see, they needed to hear that, which may be true because God, everything is arbitrated through God. Every experience comes through God's will to us. So everything that comes to us in a way is good. You see, so that is fine. But then I am not claiming credit for that. He took my garbage and made it beautiful
Like the
for
need to
another.
justify isn't there if
Yes.
it's truly
You
coming from
just
the
see
heart.
it. No excuses. You see? And the more prayerful we become, the more heartfelt we become, the more we are able to accept our foolishness. We are able to accept our foolishness.
So, Father, this could be really ridiculous, but the way Maya plays or a mind plays, whether I sometimes judge my godliness by the presence of Maya, right? For example, you say, oh, if Maya is strong, means I should be closer to God. Yeah.
If Maya is
Maya is
stronger,
trying too hard. Whole day it tried too hard. Means, oh, I'm somewhere inside. I'm closer to God in that way, and the other way also, right? If the day is good and nothing happening, health is good, life is good, and then it feels like Maya is not trying. Yeah? So
closer to God.
I'm Maya is not trying at all. So I
Yeah.
must be far.
Must be far. Okay.
So
Because this can also be like, I'm so close to God that Maya can't try.
yeah.
Could be taken either way. There's no
So it's all there.
linearity in this.
Just try to quantify, judge.
So what is the better way to check? Am I in God's presence? Am I in God's presence? Don't try to determine whether you are in Maya's presence or not. If you are trying to determine that, means you are. So just see if God is here. If God is here, seems real to you, authentically in your heart, not that, it's real only, He's here. You see? So if you're in faith, then you're not in Maya. You see, but all these things are subtle, and there is no single one-line solution I can offer to. You see, if there was, it would be just published as a poster somewhere. Satsangs are over. That's it. Because Kabirji said, I haven't said this for a few satsangs, he said that Maya is the Mahathagini, the greatest con artist.
Sometimes I see that when we start to see the greatness of God, like you see that you're so foolish to try to be the best. Like I'm saying because I have that big thing in me, like I'm the best, and it's so foolish, and it's so freeing to see from that place that God is so great, and it's so freeing that you just are okay being foolish. Like you are truly okay, like not a fake okay. You're truly okay. You are foolish.
Yeah.
You know that there is no. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm seeing sometimes that this. It's you. When you truly see that you're foolish, then you're so. You don't. have to keep that position of I'm good, I'm great, I'm whatever. It's stupid to actually think that I'm something great or good
Like
or
what
whatever.
beautiful prayer, no? Sudaji said,
Avaguna chitna dharo. That one.
Prabhu Ji More. How it
You
goes?
Prabhu ji more. I'm not getting the tune. What's the tune? Avaguna chitna dharo. Prabhu ji more. Avaguna chitna dharo.
So beautiful. So what is he saying? Such a beautiful prayer. One of the greatest sages. Yeah? That's why I'm saying that so much beauty they had. So he's saying that I have this foolishness, I have this lack of virtue, this lack of love. You please, in your mercy, don't pay attention to them. Huh? Don't pay attention to them. Don't take them. You don't take them to heart. You are merciful. You please. You see? What a beautiful, what a sweet prayer. And Sudaji is one of the greatest bhaktas.
Father, and to notice that is not like how the mind notices, like how in our mind we notice a weakness, then we go into like despair or depression. It's not like that. It's like a very freeing place
Yes.
and a true place to see our
Yes, that's a
reality.
very important point also, because hearing words like this in satsang can make us feel very in despair, in depression. That is not it. You see? That is what is the Christian saying? The Christians say that if you fall into despair, then the devil wins twice. See? First, it makes you like that, and then it says there's no hope for you, you're hopeless. You see? So to notice and then to remember that God is merciful, you see, that gives us God confidence. That gives us a fearless abandonment in God. Avgun chitna dharo. So, which means that he knows that God is that merciful that he will not take his lack of virtue into account.
I can't have virtue, Father. Like truly, I can't have virtue. Like I can never be in a
All that
place
is
where I
good
have
is
virtue.
from him.
Yeah. So that's what I'm seeing. Like it's just foolish to try to prove to another, like when I'm like defending myself or whatever. Like it's just foolish of me to do that because I can't be good. Like I can't have anything good or I can't have done anything good that I'm trying to
I am
defend.
not the creator of any good.
Yeah.
He has filled me with goodness because he has filled me with his light. That God confidence we must have.
Yeah.
But we must not take uh, creatorship or ownership over it. It's all in His mercy.
Yeah.
जो कुछ है सो तेरा, जो कुछ है सो तेरा, मेरा मुझ में कुछ नहीं, मेरा मुझ में कुछ नहीं, जो कुछ है सो तेरा, जो कुछ है सो तेरा.
Father, like a greater foolishness sometimes I see is like, what am I trying to bargain, like keeping my stupid positions, and he's offering his whole self. That's the bargain, and it can seem very true when we are in Maya, that's what the fight, we were fighting for ourselves. And
So the words of the bhajan was that there is nothing mine in me. Whatever is here, nothing mine in me. All that is here is yours. All that is here is you. Nothing here belongs to me. All that is here belongs only to you. What is when he blesses us with holy tears?
When you were talking about anger and irritation, you said that something might come up to cloud the light, saying something like, oh, he needed to hear this because of whatever, whatever, right? But then you said something else. I wonder if you could clarify. You were saying if because you said that could also come from God.
Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Thank you for this question. One of the most beautiful books that I've ever read is in the Bible. It's called the Book of Job. We've spoken about this. So when Satan in the book wants to trouble Job, he has to take God's permission. You know the story? So he says, I will prove to you that he is not a true devotee. So then God says, okay, I allow you to do this, but don't touch this. Then he says, I allow you to do this, but don't touch this. So now what may be an expression of pride from here, you see? Like, when I start satsang today, I felt I'm not worthy to speak anything about you, God, but that is not their fault. The ones who've come to hear me, It is not their fault that I am so unworthy. So please, in your mercy, for their sake, provide the words that may be helpful to them. So God will only give us that which is good for our growth. So it's so beautiful that it may come from the mind. Something may come from another's, so-called another's mind, another's pride, another's uh, foolishness. But how it is met by us is completely I need to find a better word, but arbitrated by God, converted as grace by God, to put it simplistically. And it is met by us in that will of God. So everything that comes to us is only in the will of God. And still in that He allows us to the freedom to turn to Him or not. You see, these are things which the mind cannot understand. These are the ways of love. These are the ways of the heart.
So, in the example that you were given before, pride begins when I try to determine what the other one was supposed to hear. Like in that instance of
Say this
anger,
part,
you were giving an example of anger being
anger.
expressed, and then this expression, well, he needed to hear this for whatever. So the pride there is in, I know what they needed to hear, right?
Yes. And it can also be post facto rationalization.
Yeah.
You see, in that moment, we're so full of ourselves, we're not even bothered about whether it's good for. If you sent me something the other day, we may rationalize it later, we may say whatever, but in that moment, that one was not concerned about that one's best interest. You see? And yet, could that one have benefited from it by God's grace? Yes. And we must pray that that is the case. I know it has broad implication, but that's God's mercy. And things are not so straightforward. Like all of us living in our own world anyway. So I may go, Georgie, like that, like that. But in your world, you may be receiving just, I love you, Georgie, I'm so not happy you're going today. It's not as straight line as we think it is. But just to make it simplistic, we say, yes, this one may come from pride, but if it is received by you, it can be received in God's will as grace. Because you would not allow it unless it was grace. It would not allow you to be the recipient of something unless it is grace. Yes. Okay, now should I complicate it more? You also notice that there's another force at play. When one is angry, what do we feel? Resistance, but you also feel anger. If you're sitting in a restaurant, maybe Eckhart Tolle, somebody had this story in the book that somebody in a restaurant around him was very angry. And then he started to feel that anger was coming in him for no reason. He couldn't find why that anger is coming. So then it's contagious also. Many dynamics at play. We just have to hang on so tightly to God's feet.
Could it be also like they needed to hear that, but I'm still prideful when I'm saying it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But pride is also contagious. How is he? Yeah. No, it's fine, completely fine. Four days? put this in the room. They're allowed? They may not allow. Okay. We'll keep it in the other room where must be having a room, no? The hospital otherwise? Or no? Only the ICU? Okay, just keep this in the room, in his room in your house. Just keep it here for now. When you go, you can take. Georgie was saying, you were saying something? It's okay. Yeah.
The Kali ADS and the name, some momentum is there. I don't need to break it. No.
No? Yeah.
So anger may appear in all of us, and irritation, anger. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, no,
Oh,
this I
okay.
heard.
Anger, irritation can appear in all of us. And we can even let it play. But if we come to recognize that, even if it's later rather than sooner, and like you said, fearless abandonment in God, even if it's later than we wish,
Yes.
then it's okay, no?
Yes. If you're saying that anger, irritation may arise in us and we may not even realize it at that point. Or are you saying arise in us or arise for us?
Arise here,
Yeah, arise.
and we can either not realize it or realize it and go with it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Sometimes we do
In
that.
the righteousness.
Yeah, like
In
I
the
know
false
Father
righteousness.
said don't get angry, but I cannot not get angry right now.
Because in this case I am right.
Yeah, that's like underlying there, yeah.
That I am right then overrides, it overrides the words of the sages, the words of what we know to be true in our heart, the idea that I am right.
Yeah, it can even feel like an energy that we cannot
Yeah,
stop.
yeah. But when we realize and then we continue, mostly it is backed up with the idea of righteousness. Like I don't feel anyone can hold it up for too long unless they keep reinforcing but I am right. But I am right. If you notice, even the slightest scope that you could be wrong, I feel that you will not be able to keep up the anger, the irritation. Now the thing is, there is nothing that we can encapsulate in a concept which we can say that this I am definitely right. These concepts are too tiny, too small to encapsulate the truth. You see? It may sound very true, but when we do the simple experiment of seeing what this is, we are not able to encapsulate one moment of time. Like, what is this? Capture this rightfully, truthfully in a concept. So we paint these very broad, primitive strokes. This is Satsang with Ananta. That Ananta is sharing with those who have come. We try with these, no? But does that really give us the essence of what this is? The word satsang does not give us the essence of satsang. Because it's to come to the company of the truth. The words company of the truth cannot give us a taste of that. Just like the word love cannot express love to one who has not experienced it. So when we take these primitive caveman notions to be reality, then we fall into all these traps. When we treat them at best as pointers to a deeper knowledge in the heart, then they could be all right. Then they just may be pointing at best. At best.
Father,
Yeah.
may I share something about this thing about being right? Because it came now to me to ask uh, if I am not right. Doesn't that automatically mean that the other is right, no? Or that when we see something, for example, I see something in the world that some people are doing that I feel it's not so good for the world. But so I try not to be attached to my thing that this I am right, but it doesn't actually automatically mean that the others are right, no?
Yeah.
So
Just one moment. So let's take the same example. This is satsang with Ananta. So we say that this does not encapsulate anything really solid or tangible. Just like the word love cannot encapsulate what love is. So then in the linear logic, we may say if this is not right, then its opposite must be right. So then we may say this is not satsang with Ananta. That's also not right. So we are breaking the bounds of this linear logic and going to a deeper place of insight, which is the light of the Atma, the guidance of the Atma itself, is much more nuanced than the primitiveness of right and wrong, good and bad, all of these things. Remember what is the tree from which Adam ate?
the tree of knowledge of right, of good and bad.
Good and bad, right and wrong, better and worse, all of this. What was the original state of Adam?
in Garden of Eden.
Yes,
The
but how was he living there?
uh, I don't really exactly know, but
Okay, it's not a test. I'm just saying that I'm only saying because you said that you like Orthodox Christianity as well. So, but it's all right. So he was made in pure innocence. He lived in pure innocence. They lived, Adam and Eve lived in pure innocence till the snake said, "Why you rely on God to tell you right and wrong, good and bad? Why you so innocent? You can know this for yourself." You see? So there they had been guided by God that you can eat from every tree in the garden, just don't eat from the tree of knowledge. See? Now this sounds very, very strange. Like knowledge is good, no? Why should we not eat from the tree of knowledge? So actually it's the tree of small k knowledge. You see, this tree of these primitive right and wrong, better, worse, I will determine for myself. Instead of being servant of God, listening to God's will, living in Nanak Ji's statement, Hukum Rajai Chalna, Nanak Likhya Naal, which means our job is to live in His hukum, His order, His will. Everything else will be taken care of by that. So they were living in God's will, and then they picked to go with their own knowledge, their own judgment, their own idea. You see, and that's what led to all this trouble. So, whichever way you take this story, we have to give credit to how beautifully it is written and how the whole metaphor of our human existence has been pointed to so directly. So, whether you take it as history or even metaphorically, in my faith, I love to take everything historically. Like, I don't like to say, no, just a metaphor. It's okay. So, that's a separate satsang. But even if you take it metaphorically, it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful. It's too much reliance on our intellect. Too much reliance on our intellect. From the intellect or?
thank you, Father. Thank you.
Thank you. Did we
Thank you.
finish? You can say more if you want.
No, it's okay. It's helpful what you said, and also this thing about if something is not true, doesn't mean that the opposite is.
Yeah. Remember the fifth?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Very good.
Thank you, Father.
Very welcome. Then I go to Yannick first. I haven't heard from him for a while. Yeah. Let's go. Dear, you okay? I have to press.
Hello, Ananta-ji.
Hello, my love.
I didn't talk to you for a long time,
Yeah.
and I want to take this moment just to say thank you very much because, I don't know what's been going on with me lately, but it's crazy journey. But I wanna say that I'm very grateful that you spoke about this perfectionism.
Yes. Yeah.
This topic was very spot on, like in my like a big fish in my heart, like.
Very good. Very good.
And not only for satsang but for personal life also,
Yeah.
like withdrawing from life, like often waiting for some today in the satsang I was imagining, God forgive, but I was imagining Eckhart Tolle arguing with his spouse, is it possible? Like, could he be arguing with his spouse? Because I had such an image of these perfectionistic teachers also,
Yeah. So yes, he
like
could
he's
be.
an It could be.
wife.
It could be.
Yeah.
But when he sits in this chair, he looks
Can there be
always.
a marriage without arguing? At least not that I am aware.
Yes. So I really have a lot. Like I feel I've been stuck a little bit in some spiritual stupidness. I don't know. Like
Very, very good. I am happy to hear your report because that's why I want to present myself, excuse the word, but I want to present myself naked to all of you. I don't want to present any pretense. I want to share all my ignorance, all my pride, everything, so that none of us have this idea of like a perfect embodiment of God or something like that. You see? It's only God is completely free from Maya. Maya Rahit is only God. And all of us are just on the journey of a deeper love for Him, on a journey of a deeper learning from the Holy Spirit in our hearts. So I'm very happy if this perception is getting broken, at least about this one, that there's no perfect human being.
about hopefully about every teacher, like about every teacher, because
I would say yes. I would say
I
yes.
sometimes have this small battles in my mind, sometimes little bit narratives. Like today, I wrote to the Polish teacher. I wrote a second time in a long maybe in 2 years since I've been following you more. But I wrote a little bit painful, but gratitude also to her because she's now in India at the moment. She's for some reason she's in India,
Yes.
like for holiday.
I see.
And I wrote to her that like I am thankful for everything that I have learned by being in the past with her in the satsangs, and I am not because I'm not angry at her or something like that.
Very good. Very
I like last days. I just wish to be natural, like not. But I have this narratives mostly now about prideful ones about like uh, like yesterday I was listening to Invitation and I was hearing these voices like, oh, but you've been doing meditation for so long and some stuff like this, sort of acknowledging in my mind. I don't know. And sometimes I make these mistakes when I meet people. I introduce myself. I speak about what I've been doing. Like I've been doing this. I've been interested in meditation, and create some subtle nonsense
all of
like
us do
this.
this. All of us do this.
Yeah.
Somebody asks us what we do. We do this. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up over it. That's the whole idea of what we are saying. That once we
Yes.
lose the idea of perfection and we only hold on to a deepening, ever deepening, infinite deepening in God's love, then we don't have to beat ourselves up with some perfect idea of how to do this journey. It's all right. We will fall sometimes, we will
And
get up. So it's all right.
I also, the last one thing I want to say, because I
No, no.
remember now, like I've always had this tendency to withdraw, even withdraw gratitude, withdraw love sometimes, to like hold back on it. Even I've received so much grace from you, and I felt your prayers sometimes, and like lifting me up from dirt, from total, like lifting me up, and I thank you so much for that, Ananta-ji. And really, I still have a long. I need to be a little bit playful, but also careful, little bit.
Yes, that's a good way to put it. All of us have to. I'm with you. We are walking together in this. It's good.
Thank you very much, and I love you so much. Thank
I love
you.
you so much too. Thank you, my love.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to Samya first and then.
Hi, Father. Thank
Hello.
you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Mm. Mm.
My hope is that the report will match the face.
I cannot find any report.
Okay, good. That's the best. That's the
I
best.
mean, I cannot find, yeah, many things come to ask Father, but when I come in front of you, it feels like they are just excuses to
To say
come in
hello.
front of you.
Hello.
Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah. But I just want to say that I'm so grateful for you, Father. Like, I don't know, like you are not Ananta, you are not person, but something which really increases my faith. And I'm so grateful. Yeah, Father, maybe it's good to share. Yeah, because recently, yeah, I'm just so grateful for what you are. Yeah, I don't know what to say more. Like I feel like I'm recovering from what was happening here, and this is why just to come in front of you is just something wonderful. Just to feel you again, to remember this. Thank you.
Love you, my child. I'm grateful for you too. Love you. Yes. Let's go to Tarun. Oh, sorry, I need to put my specs on.
Hello, Father. How are you?
Hello, my dear. Good to see
Hi, how are you?
you. I'm good, my dear. I'm good.
I just, it's been a while, but I kind of want to piggyback off of what Sister was saying. Just so grateful for you, I come here, I haven't been in a while, but I came here today with so much questions to ask you. Like, I thought I knew what I was going to ask you, and then just seeing you, it just, kills something inside of me, but not violently. Like it just kind of puts it to bed, kind of lovingly and peacefully. And it's, I need to work on so many stuff. I always realize that when I come here. I think I know it all because I've grown my beard out a little bit, but
I see,
I
I
re
can see
yeah,
that.
but I'm trying to copy you, but I don't think that's how it works. You have to work on the soul level too.
That's,
But yeah, just I'm really happy to see you, and don't know what
I'll
I
tell
would
you
do
a
without
secret.
you.
The secret
Yeah.
is it's 99% in the beard, okay?
Oh, okay. I'll have to grow it a little longer then. But it's yeah, just you make me so happy and grateful for Sangha and you. So thank you.
Thank you, madam. I'm grateful to you too, my dear.
Thank you.
Okay, you can go to shift. It's gone? It's here, it's okay.
Like somehow, some professor I knew, she wanted me to comment on some book she compiled. And there's an essay in it where there's an African ethics professor in America, and his thing is about human rights something, and the relevance of that of African Igbo, something mysticism, something like that. And what you talked about how godless doesn't really a godless
spirituality.
social movement. It's bound to fail, but there were many phrases he's used of African Igbo.
Yeah, I won't go that far in the sense that a godless spirituality is bound to fail. Social movements, just when we carry good intention, when we carry love for our brothers and sisters, and we want to make a positive difference in their lives, they may succeed also.
My thing was not to use my intellect. Like I've heard so much from you.
Yeah.
And even there are phrases he's used of the one source from which everything comes. Many things like that. And then Wisdompedia is there. And I just thought if I keep chanting and I write what I write, and sometimes I think just it might bring him to satsang, or even your heart temple movement you talked about, maybe this just came my way to somehow, and I just, I don't know. That's okay, just chant, and or if I could bring
It's
him
not
to
just
like, I mean,
yes,
it's still my intellect, that's why.
No, it's very good. It's very good. So, according to the mind, to just write from our heart and just from prayer to pray on it and to let it emerge from there is like, it's just, should I just do? Is it? No, that is the higher way anyway. It's very good.
I'm excited thinking what will happen if he comes to satsang and
Well, let's not go that far also. Let's see.
just ask for your blessings.
Is Ron doing his one day visit? Yes. Are you go today? This is the only time? Only Satsang? It's all right. You're welcome. Even for one visit, you're welcome.
Balev, you know what occurred to me, beloved Father, today is I feel that perhaps every time I am going deeper in satsang, Maya's pulling me away. And if I just look in the recent past, I was deepening and I left for Hyderabad, panicking over my body. And then I came back and again deepening. And again, some excuse to go for pranic healing. Again, I'm deepening, and again, I'm worrying about an infected tooth, and again saying, oh, you know what, maybe I need to go to Delhi. I mean, I may be wrong, but the intent was to stay here at your feet. And something is just pulling me away.
It may appear like that on the surface, but who can really say? We can't really say. But after Delhi, I'm not letting you go anywhere. Yes?
Will you warn me, Father? Please pray for me that I stay at your feet and...
It just doesn't come like that.
No.
Here, I feel that it just doesn't come like that. I feel somewhat like it'll be a forced love.
You never say no, I know that. Yeah. You never say no. But then do I need to really panic about this body so much?
No.
Thank you. So, if you can just mention that when you feel I'm being pulled away. Thank you.
I feel it would be very arrogant of me to say, oh, you must stay with me. No?
But it might come to you like that also.
If it comes, yes. My heart usually doesn't say things like that. It used to. And the arrow marks on the tree. What is that? You know this one? Something very stupid. But no, that has left a scar here. This coat of mine. That is your dharma. My dharma is this. Who reminded? Shiv reminded? Who reminded?
Oh, you only reminded.
Card me with my own quote. Huh? What a weirdo for a teacher you have. Well done. Shall we sing some bhajan? One or two? Which one? Radha bhajan.
What do you?
That one, no? In which is.
I can't sing his
Huh?
1-2 lines only. Mohit was.
Many are like dhooms only.
Yeah. It's very somber.
It's.
That's what she's saying. मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी श्यामा मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी श्यामा मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे. There's one more line to it. साधनहीन दीन मैं राधे साधनहीन दीन मैं राधे तुम करुणामयी जगत आराधे तुम करुणामयी जगत आराधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी श्यामा मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे मोहे तो भरोसो है तेरो री किशोरी राधे. राम ही पार लगाए रे भैया राम ही पार लगाए रे राम ही पार लगाए रे भैया राम ही पार लगाए. Something was there after this. राख भरोसो भाई रे. Seems like the prelude to this. राख भरोसो भाई रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे राख भरोसो भाई रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे जो तू राखे राम भरोसो जो तू राखे राम भरोसो कमी नहीं राखे कहीं रे कमी नहीं राखे कहीं रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे भरोसो भाई रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे राखे राम भरोसो जो तू राखे राम भरोसो कमी नहीं राखे काहि रे कमी नहीं राखे काहि रे राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई राम जी को राख भरोसो भाई रे. सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम राम राम जय राजा राम 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 जय सीताराम. Oh God, I can't stop now. I don't know what is coming next. Today is Gandhiji's. What? Gandhiji's what?
October 30th.
Raghupati Raga. Yeah. After the second we will go. Raghupati Raga. राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम. What is that after? Huh? See some. Huh? मंगल भवन अमंगल हारी दवहु सो दशरथ धीर बिहारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम. I don't know those lines. सदा चली आई प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम. राम रचि राखा
राम सिया राम जय जय राम. सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम.
Chopa, no?
Chopai we have to.
This is Chopa, yeah?
This is Chopai. तब हिराय प्रिय नारी बोलाई कौसल्यादि तहाँ चली आई राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम अर्ध भाग कौसल्य ही दीन्हा उभय भाग आधे कर कीन्हा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम Yeah. The chopper? No? The Aarti?
No, what we say? No.
We used to sing here in Satsang.
Just now you sang, no, the last one.
Oh, your Satsangs. This one only used to sing.
This one. हरि अनंत हरि कथानंता कहि सुनहि बहु विधि सब संता राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम
No, you give it to me.
The words I gave her.
All is covered. You have sung all of this.
Oh, we sang all of.
Yes. रचि राखा को करे तरक बढ़ाए शाखा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम हो धीरज धर्म मित्र अरुणारी आपद काल परखिए चारी राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम हो जेहि के जेहि पर सत्य सनेहु सोते ही मिलय न कछु संदेहु राम सिया राम जय जय राम Ram Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. हो जाकी रही भावना जैसी, रघुमूर्ति देखी तिन तैसी। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई, राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। हरि कथा अनंता, कहि सुनहि बहुविधि सब संता। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। राम सिया राम, सिया राम, जय जय राम। सुधि होई गणनायक, जो सुमिरत सुधि हो। Yeah, she just left. Client. Where is it? जो सुमिरत सिद्धि होई, गणनायक करिबर बदन, करऊ अनुग्रह सोई, बुद्धि राशि शुभ गुण सदन, मूक होई बा चाल, पंगु चढ़ई गिरिबर गहन, जासु कृपा सु दयाल, द्रवउ सकल कलिमल दहन, नील सरोरुह श्याम, तरुण अरुण बारिज नयन, करऊ सो मम और धाम, सदा क्षीर सागर शयन, कुंद इंदु सम देह, उमारमन करुणायन, जाहि दीन पर नेह, करऊ कृपा मर्दन मयन, पद कंज कृपा सिंधु नर रूप हरि, महामोह तम पुंज, जासु बचन रवि कर निकर, बंधु गुरु पद पदुम pad, and then that's it. Yeah, that's the chopai. So this was Sortha. So I can't remember. बंदौ गुरुपद पदुम परागा,
सुरुचि सुबास सरस अनुरागा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम अमिय मूरिमय चूरन चारु समन सकल भवरूज परिवारु राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम
These are these in the first page, the starting page before the two trigas. There are some few lines which Bhaiji also repeats, like this one. Some koi jeev meje liye, koti janam alanasa. Means as soon as one turns towards the instant one turns towards me, I rid them of their crores or millions of lifetimes of their sins. The instant they turn to me. So this is IG repeats it very much. In very much. No. Okay, we will talk about it later sometime. I recently he was talking about what is a natural tendency. He's saying that जो हमारी गुण है वो प्रकृति अनुगामी है. No, means the tendency is to always go downwards, lowards. है ना? If you go with the flow, we will end up going downwards. सत्व गुण का जो बढ़ोतरी होती है वो उसके विपरीत जाके होती है. तो then this thought came to me in the morning कि हाँ, जब तुम विपरीत नहीं जा सकते हो तब तुम परे कैसे जाओगे. मतलब if you can't go against these things, how will you go beyond the nature and all those things. So again I am saying I am very much blessed कि you introduced Bhaiji in our lives. Thank you so much. So I listen all her whatever she sang, like this. Your music is awesome. Whatever you sing now, it reverberates in my being. For example, the initial, the Moody Satsangs in 2015, 17, 20, you used to sing very nicely, and they made some albums also. No? Thank you so much. One song is Saguna Nirguna, Tujha Saguna Mano ki Nirguna Re.
सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे सगुण निर्गुण एक गोविंदु रे सगुण निर्गुण एक गोविंदु रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ दृश्य म्हणो की अदृश्य रे तुझ दृश्य म्हणो की अदृश्य रे दृश्य दृश्य एक गोविंदु रे दृश्य दृश्य एक गोविंदु रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ स्थूळ म्हणो की सूक्ष्म रे तुझ स्थूळ म्हणो की सूक्ष्म रे स्थूळ सूक्ष्म एको गोविंदु रे स्थूळ सूक्ष्म एको गोविंदु रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे अनुमानेना 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 श्रुती नेती नेती म्हणते गोविंदो रे श्रुती नेती नेती म्हणते गोविंदो रे तुझा सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझ सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे निवृत्ती प्रसादे ज्ञानदेव बोले निवृत्ती प्रसादे ज्ञानदेव बोले बाप रखुमदेवी वरो विठ्ठलु रे निवृत्ती प्रसादे ज्ञानदेव बोले बाप रखुमदेवी वरो विठ्ठलु रे तुझा सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझा सगुण म्हणो की निर्गुण रे तुझा विसर नवावा देवा विसर नवावा विसर नवावा तुझा विसर नवावा विसर नवावा तुझा विसर नवावा हेची देन देग देवा तुझा विसर नवावा विसर नवावा तुझा विसर नवावा Can't remember the words, you remember? This is which? Gyaneshwar. Gyaneshwar. Tukaram. हेची दान देग देवा तुझा विसर नवावा विसर नवावा तुझा विसर नवावा We learned this again. This one. Yeah, correct. It's too beautiful. देहि सदा संत संग देहि सदा संत संग देहि सदा. He's given us so much of that, Father. Sant Sangha.
संपदा संत संग देहि सदा संत संग देहि सदा तुकानी गर्भवासी सुखे घालावे आमासी सुखे घालावे तुकानी गर्भवासी सुखे घालावे आवासी विसर नवावा तुझा विसर नवा तुझा रूप चित्ती
तुझे रूप चित्ती राहो मुखे तुझे नाम तुझे रूप चित्ती राहो मुखे तुझे नाम देह प्रपंचाचा दास देह प्रपंचाचा दास सुखे करो काम सुखे करो काम तुझे रूप चित्ती राहो मुखे तुझे नाम तुझे रूप चित्ती राहो मुखे तुझे नाम देह प्रपंचाचा दास देह प्रपंचाचा दास सुखे करो काम सुखे करो काम तुझे रूप चित्ती राहो मुखे तुझे नाम Pandurang Pand. I don't know that tune. You sing, Father. Pandurang 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 Pandurange Pandurang Pandurange Pandurang Pandurange Pandurang Pandurange Pandurang Pandurange Pandurang Pandurange Pandurang
जय विठ्ठले
Duranga Jaya Vitthale Vitthale Vitthale
हरि नारायण नारायण
Hari Narayana Hari Narayana Jaya Vitthale 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 नारायण हरि हरि नारायण नारायण हरि पांडुरंग जय विठ्ठले विठ्ठला विठ्ठले पांडुरंग जय विठ्ठले विठ्ठले नारायण हरि हरि नारायण नारायण हरि जय विठ्ठले 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल 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 जय जय बोल हरि हरि बोल 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 बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण 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 हरि बोल रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल 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 जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल जय जय राधा रमण जय जय राधा रमण हरि बोल गोपाला हे नंद नंद गोपाला आनंद नंद गोपाला गोपाला आनंद नंद गोपाला हे नंद नंद गोपाला आनंद नंद गोपाला हे नंद नंद गोपाला आनंद नंद गोपाला गोपाला आनंद नंद गोपाला हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद 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 गोपाला हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाला हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल हे नंद नंद आनंद नंद यदुनंद नंद गोपाल राम कृष्ण हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हरि मुकुंद मुरारी पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि राम कृष्ण हरि मुकुंद मुरारी राम कृष्ण हरि मुकुंद मुरारी पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग हरि जय पांडुरंग हरि पांडुरंग हरि जय पांडुरंग हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि पांडुरंग 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 हरि राम कृष्ण हरि मुकुन्द मुरारी रामकृष्ण हरि मुकुन्द मुरारी पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि बोलो पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि बोलो पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि बोलो पाण्डुरङ्ग हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि पाण्डुरङ्ग 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 हरि It's not over. विठ्ठल 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 जय हरी विठ्ठल 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 जय विठ्ठल 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 जय हरी विठ्ठल
Shiva 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 Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Shiva 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 Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho, Mahadeva Shambho.